Welcome back. Today I have another episode of Blyssful for you. And today we have a special guest, Angela Rockwood. Angela first began modeling at the age of 17 and she moved to LA at the age of 22. While there, she broke into the entertainment world and starred as an actress in many roles, including The Fast and the Furious and the television series VIP. However, her life changed on September 3rd, 2001, when she was in a terrible car accident that would leave her a quadriplegic. Angela not only has persevered through the challenges, but has made her new reality work for her as a model, actress, and producer. In 2019, Angela joined the ModelHunt team, and she was a coach, a mentor, and judge. Today, like many others, Angela finds herself in isolation as a vulnerable member of the community in the world's battle with coronavirus.
If you guys notice, it looks like I'm kind of like lounging, like laying back, and excuse the whole quarantine look right now. So I'm basically in my office. I call it my goddess cave. I've been in here. People are complaining about being locked down for all these days and a month and somewhat. I've been in this room, this specific room, today is day number 43. Been laying down for 55 days. Social media in the beginning, and I was looking on Facebook, there was a lot of Facebook posts, like jokes, saying that the folks with disabilities, they were basically saying like the disability basically prepared us for this. Because you have to think about it, that if I was injured, I broke my neck 19 years ago. My butt had to be in a bedridden for 3.5, 4 months. I had no choice. And I was in a hospital. So It's not like I could leave. So majority of my friends that are spinal cord injured individuals, they're all like, this is nothing. Like people are freaking out. Like this is nothing. This is like us sitting in a hospital. Like this is like back in the day when we got injured. So we're all like kind of laughing, like the disabled community that have been through just being traumatized in a sense of if you've been paralyzed, like quarantine time, like that's nothing. It's almost like just being disabled again.
How, if at all, has having a disability affected you during this time?
Well, first of all, completely different. I'm to the point where this is serious. This is really serious in a sense of I can't get this thing. Like I really can't get this thing, because if I get this thing, I don't know what my chances are, because some people, depending on their resistance, some people, they received it and they fought it. They probably didn't even know they had it. And there's folks that have received it that are quite healthy and completely abled, and they're in the hospital hooked up to a ventilator, to a breathing machine, you know? And for me, I can't even cough with a common cold. It's affected my life because one, of course, I can't leave like the rest of everybody. Two, I have to take serious precautions because I can't get this thing.
Right.
Three, I have to really think, like my husband was saying, you're not going out for the full year. I really don't want to go out to any events, because what happens if someone has it? And what happens if they touch me or they sneeze on me wrong or something?
What kind of extra precautions are people with disabilities taking to make sure that they don't get the coronavirus?
Well, okay, so I can't speak for everybody because everybody's different. But what I'm thinking in my mind, and my suggestion is the folks that have the disabilities, whatever your disability is, the precautions, of course, like everybody else, like wearing the mask, continuously cleaning your hands, like you're a freaking Olympic athlete and you won the freaking gold medal for cleaning your hands. Now, this is the thing, because like myself, if you are not able to move or pull yourself up at a sink, like my son's been laying here, then you need to make sure that if you have a caretaker that's working with you, that you need to educate your caretaker or your support team who's working with you to make sure that your care is pristine, like on point. And what I mean by that is like, washing the hands, that's number one. That's most important. So even though I have like a bunch of Purells that are like laying around next to me and I'm constantly using it, just like last night, I told my caretaker, I need to wash my hands. So he went to the kitchen, got a basin, brought it over here by the lounge, and I put my hands in the water, and he had to like wash my hands thoroughly for me. So even when my friends come in wheelchairs, they're touching the tires on their chair as they're pushing, and they're pushing all around out there, and they're coming inside here and they're rolling on the ground and everybody's stepping and everything. They step on the ground. They said this coronavirus, I mean, there's a whole list of how long it lasts on plastic surfaces to metal surfaces to clothing and everything. So people have to be very cautious and really think about, if you're coming into a house with a wheelchair, please try to wipe your chair down, at least your tires. Please take your shoes off. Yes, I know you're not walking for those that are in wheelchairs, but still take your shoes off, take your clothes off, change into new clothes, wash your hands, make sure you have the mask. If you have caretakers, make sure that they wash their hands, make sure they're wearing gloves, make sure they're wearing masks, and taking all the guidelines to basically be safe around you so you don't catch it.
How are you getting necessities, groceries, things like that?
So as of groceries, my honey, he goes to Ralph's every Sunday. So if I need anything, I could just make a little list. I text him. He'll go to Ralph's. He'll pick things up for me. I go on Walmart to get all my other items, like my vitamins, my supplies, things like that. So there's another thing for folks out there, the advice. If you have your caretakers or if you're going out, please try not to go out as much. Just do everything that you possibly can to not be out there as much. I mean, they do, like there's certain stores that have the hours for folks, the elderly and folks with disabilities. Like I know Costco, early mornings on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays, they have their early morning openings where people can go in and go shopping. But if you can try to minimize that and not shop at all by going out physically or having your caretaker go out, it's better to do everything online.
Are there any community relief efforts or government efforts in place to help people with disabilities right now?
There's a couple. I mean, there's, the folks with certain disabilities and stuff. There's the SSI, which is a Social Security. You can call the Social Security office and see what benefits, or even Medicare. But I'm an ambassador for the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation, and there's a lot of foundations out there. My suggestion for folks is to call the Reeve Foundation, the call 1-800 number, and to ask what support groups or what funding. Or me, I haven't really been tapping into that because I've just been blessed that I've been pretty comfortable here with my caretaker and my honey.
How can family members, friends, and community members help people with disabilities during this time?
So my suggestion for folks, for family, friends, and everything, if you know anyone in the neighborhood that has a disability or a friend or elderly, doesn't even have a disability, just anyone, just specific individuals that need just a little bit more care, reach out to them. If you can reach out to them and just see if there's anything that they need, whether it's food, maybe you'll get some groceries for them, order them groceries, or drop off some toilet paper, or just let them know that you're there. The folks out there with disabilities, please watch your body. If you're sitting for long periods of time or laying, please watch out for pressure sores. Please talk to your caretakers to help you have better care. Talk to your support team and everyone. Don't be afraid to communicate because you're not being bossy during this time. You're not asking for too much during this time. We just want everybody to be safe, comfortable, and healthy. Just love yourself during this time. Don't be hard on yourself. Be patient. I know it's crazy right now. I know we're going through a crazy, crazy time, but just be patient. This is a time, there was that time when you're just going, and you're just like, I wish I had some time. I wish I had some time. So take this time to just slow down, breathe, come into your center, find your sacred space, fill your space up with goodness, with positive energy instead of hatefulness, fear, all that negativeness.